I know what you guys are wondering. Why is this guy wearing two hats? Well, today I'm going to be showing you how to create the object flow effect. Okay, so today we're gonna break this video up into two distinctive parts, the filming and the editing. Now, everything starts with the first and the third shot. They're both handheld movements. Now, I personally think that these are not essential. You can recreate the effect without the whip pans, but I still think that the effect looks much cooler if you do them. Now, for the first shot, you're gonna just throw the object to your right. Easy as that. Now the key here is to follow the object with the camera and finish with a fast whip pan to the right. Now be sure to have your shutter speed double the FPS. So if you're shooting on 25 FPS, have the shutter speed on 1/50. This simply gives you that cinematic motion blur that you're really gonna need. This is the final shot of the effect and it needs to be the mirror of the first one. So you're going to do a whip pan from the left to the right as you catch the object into the frame. Again, we still want the motion blur, so keep the specs as the first clip, and for the filming part we are almost done. Phase number 3 is the floating object effect, and this is actually really easy to break down. You need to grab a very thin cable. I've used like dental floss before and it works perfectly, and dangle the object in front of the lens. Now I shot this with my Sony a6700 on my 35mm lens f2.8, which gives it that shallow depth of field. So now be sure to get all sides of the object and especially get a clean plate of your scene. This is just the same background but without the object and the focus set to blur. We're gonna need this for later. Now we're going into phase 4, which is my favorite because here the magic happens. Now lay out your footage and find those ideal motion blur sections. Simply cut the best parts when everything is blurred, simply because it gives you a smoother transition. For the dangling object clip, we're heading into the fusion page. Now use the magic mask to select the object and remove the background and especially the thread. DaVinci is always pretty good at this, so just play with the mask until you get the perfect one. Maybe play also with the feathering. Your choice. Now this is the last phase where you don't want the object to just rotate casually on a black background. So here's where the clean plate comes in. Now take the blur shot, zoom in a lot and set a keyframe to slide it from left to right. This creates a runway that makes it look like the object is traveling through space at a high speed. Now the last and final step is the speed ramps. The thing that I personally like to do is create a speed ramp when I'm throwing the object, then another speed ramp right when the object is flying, and create a super slow motion of the object flying, and then another speed ramp at the end of that clip and while I'm catching it. This gives it more of that like traveling faster through space vibe. Now guys, these effects are extremely important to understand and to use. You also learn a lot about DaVinci and the Fusion page, but without a good clip, without a good shot, the effect just doesn't sell. This is why I created a video talking about the perfect camera for filmmakers. If you want to check that out, the video is right here. Me, I'll see you in the next one. See you boys. Ciao, ciao.